Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. So now let me tell you an agenda about this video. I was just thinking that we guys have made so many leaves, so that's how you guys are having a huge loss in your studies. So I just decided to make a video with this blog so that you people know about these topics at your own home, wheresoever you are. So let us just start. The program is very simple. This is regarding to send an email through a Python program. So I hope you guys are very much familiar of sending mails. Even if you try to send an email to anyone, you just need to have some email addresses whom you want to send the email. So as you do it manually, just we guys are learning here how to do this with the program, Python program. So some knowledge of SMTP is required out here. So you'll study it by your own. What is SMTP? Like what I am searching for. What is SMTP? So you'll get to know about this. It is actually the simple mail transfer protocol. It's a TCP/IP protocol that is used in sending and receiving emails. In other words, typically use a program that uses SMTP for sending email and other POP3 and IMAP settings. So it's a very first thing that if you are using your Gmail account, like as I am doing, you have to enable some settings out here. Go to settings for this. Just go through the steps. I've just logged into my email account and I've just clicked on this setting tab. Now click on settings. You will get the page somewhere like this. So you just need to click on forwarding on POP and IMAP. Here you can see POP. I have just enabled the POP for all mails. This is simply a post office protocol that you can study from here. Configuration instructions, right? Enable IMAP. It's again a protocol, right? You can read the configuration from here. As you can see, all settings are available here. Rest I will discuss in my video. So just keep an eye on these tabs before proceeding with the program. So now just check with what we have to do is just need to go to my blog post so that you could know the basics. So I was just facing an issue like I have so many emails on daily basis which are pending. So I decided to automate this through Python because it's a Diwali time. I was also thinking to wish everyone through mail. It was not feasible for me to write an email an email specifically to everyone. I have thousands of people in my contacts, so how would I be able to write a mail to them? So I decided to make an Excel sheet of those email addresses which will have their concern, like who they are they any company, are they any organization, are they any individuals. So I just decided to do this. So I created an Excel sheet somewhere like this format. As you can also do this thing. So I had something like SL number, then name, then type, then email address. So let's say I have 4 or 5 people. These are some names which I am not typing in real. I just wanted to know you people how I am, what I am looking for. So these are organization, he is my relative and he is individual. These are workshop people. These are some college deans, and I have the email addresses. Just consider a scenario because in softwares we do have so many use cases. So I'm just visualizing you a use case. So it is enough. These are 5 number of peoples. These could be 50. These could be 50,000, and so on. If I have 50,000 people to send the email, So it will not be feasible for me to writing a manual email to everyone. So I decided this. Now subject and body, any attachment. So I just created this sheet stating everything, and I'll just make a Python program to shoot an email onto this data, right? These are somewhere called email blasters, these such programs. So why I'm creating this, you can see personalized alerts. By sending an email to yourself with the condition of your choice as coded in a script, you create completely customized alerts. Let's say, just take in a scenario where I have a Facebook account, Twitter, Instagram, everything I have onto almost every social networking site I have the account. So it's not feasible for me to have a look every time when somebody posted a new post out there. So I just created a Python script that will check my Twitter or Facebook or whatsoever accounts, social media accounts I have. Even I'm not around, it will be checking it in between 10 minutes. So it is good. And after checking it, if I have specified conditions in my program, it will check through it, and conditions are satisfied, then this program will send an email. So this will be done in a second part. The first is very fairly simple and easy to understand, right? So I'm just skipping second part, monotonous scripted distance. See, you guys have done DMRC data scrapping with me, and you have seen the challenge out there. I was scrapping the data, and actually that code was manually querying each text boxes and collecting data into an Excel sheet. So that's a huge lengthy process. It took at the very first time when I scrapped that data, it took 3 hours to collect every information from that web page. So it is also possible that 3 hours could be done in 30 hours if I collaborate many websites into a single Python program that has a responsibility to collect data from every site. This might take 30 hours and more than of that as per the data which I am collecting. So it is also possible that in the meanwhile, in between those 30 hours, my scripts got stopped, I encountered any problem. So that has to be mailed to me separately. So this is one of the use cases I just covered. Now let's come to the point. For a basic email, guys, let's do something practically. And I have made some scripts. My password is visible out there. After recording this video, I will change my password, right? So be aware of it. Don't try to do any activity from there. So Google has also done some changes like 2 or 3 months before, and that is for you people, make a additional security. So into your Gmail setting, you have to enable less secure apps, right? So how you have to do it, I'll cover it later on in this video, or I'll post a link out here so that you could read that link and enable the less secure apps. As per the SMTP configuration, there is a library available in Python, as you all are aware of it, as we have experienced this thing prior to this. Like, we do have so many libraries available in the Python, so don't need to take extra burdens. There are many libraries which are available online. These online libraries make things a bit of complex. So I'm not using them all. I am just using a core library, that is SMTP-lib. You don't need to install extra libraries. So I'm just trying to send a basic email so that you guys could know about it. I've created 3 demonstrations out here. As you can see, I've imported the SMTP-lib from my core libraries, as you are already aware of it, how to import any library. So here I'm using smtplib.smtp object. I'm passing 2 parameters out here. First is smtp.gmail.com. that is basically, as you can read out in line number 3, it is line number 3 of mine, right? So it's a parameter for Gmail server, I am doing it from Gmail, and you guys might have different servers like Yahoo, Rediff Mail, or your own company's domain. So you need to provide that information here. Here I'm using smtp.gmail.com. that is available online. If I'll search it in my browser, that will open something. And instead of this, I can also pass the IP address, right? And this is the port onto which this particular service listen to the SMTP calls, right? So next thing is what? In line number 4, there is a security function needed to connect the Gmail server. It will protect your password. It is again a basic security. So server.start TTLS, start TLS. This is a function which is basically used to secure a password. And don't forget to indicate your email address and password, because I am just demonstrating you people practically. That's why I have written my password out here. That is not secure enough. I will change it after demonstrating it, right? Now you have to have a message like this is the message I want to send you people as a basic email address settings. Server.server object, which I have created from SMTP lib.smtp function, right? I have used this send email functionality to send an email. First one is through which account of Gmail I am sending you the mail. Second one is to whom I want to send a message, and third parameter is my message object, which I have created here. So after sending the email, I am quitting this because my mail was sent successfully. Thereafter I will print a message that email was sent successfully. In case if you encounter any errors, issues, the program will stop out there and it will not reach to this print message. If in case you want to handle any exception, you have try except finally statements to check what kind of message was error was thrown out there. So I'm not using them all. I'm just running this script, and if I get the message my mail was sent at the output list, email was sent successfully, it means the program was not broken in a meanwhile while this printing this message. So let's just check whether I got the message or not. I will just refresh this page so that I could know the mail was sent to me or not. So this is the message. Hi student. This is the message. It takes some time. As you can see the time out here, 1:43, and my time is 1:43. This was being sent by this script. This was very much simple. If I'll check this out onto my blog post, where is it? Here we are, right? So this is all about sending a basic email. So you guys can practice this, and I'll post. I'm going to publish a repository on my GitHub, right, for the code base. So I will prefer you people to write this code so that you could know the basic issues. If you'll copy and paste the code, this will not give you huge learning. For more elaborate emails, this, as you can see, this mail is not very much elaborative. Elaborative means this is a very simple mail. I can take this through a message, but I need to put some additional effort to make this attractive. So we need to put subject out there to address people regarding any events, happenings, so that my mail could not be spammed. Again, for Google security reason, you have to enable less secure apps, otherwise you won't be able to connect it with your Python script. If you want to wish happy Diwali through sending an email on relatives, companies, people, organization, that was the use case that took me to post this video cast, right? So with the code below, you will send a clean email with a sender, a receiver, and a subject line. To do this, you need to have two more modules, that is email.mime multipart, right? So as you guys can query what is MIME, right? This is multipart mail extensions. Multipurpose, sorry, not multipart. This is multipurpose internet email extensions. It's an internet standard that extend the format of email to support. Means if you want to format it through the HTML, you can do this by enabling this MIME. If you want to have any attachment, if you want to do any multi purpose internet mail extension kind of thing, you can achieve it by doing so. So I'm not just teaching you people how to what is MIME. That is your own task to read more about this. I have not also read a lot about this, but I know the basic, like this is for multi-purpose email extensions. So we are continuing to more elaborative email. So as you guys are aware about of it, you have two libraries to enable this. With the subject, this code has become a bit of large. You need to import these two packages, these two Python packages and classes. If you will click on this is a class, right? So I'm just using these two classes, right? So very first thing, from address, it is your email address. It is to address, which is the address whom you want to send the email, right? We can do this with a list or tuple that contains huge numbers of emails, right? So I'm making it simple. Don't I'm not trying to make you people confused, right? So MIME is a class, right? As you can check, this is a class, MIME multipart, right? So I have created an instance or a variable of this. This is acting as a list, as you can see, right? So it's if I want to check what is it, you can print, because Python always make me confuse because types are not available here. So I can just check, right, by putting a breakpoint here, so that I could not shoot the complete code base. I just wanted to check what is it. It's a class, right? So that's it. So I'm just making this putting this to a list and passing from address to address and the message, right? Body, this was done by me in Python with core SMTP libraries, and make an attachment here, MIME text. This is again a function which is basically used to tell that this is the body and this is to be in plain text. You can provide an HTML here as well. And again, I'm just calling a function which I stated, which I told you people earlier, that is actually to these 3 lines actually used to log in your Gmail account through this Python script. And as a text, the message which we created out there, we are taking this as a string because it's a class object. If you will provide without this casting, it will not be working, it will throw an exception. So you have to experience that if you send this message as a text without add string, what complexities it will create, what issues it will generate. Now we have server.sendMail, which is basically used to send the mail. Here we have from address, to address and text. These 3 things actually we created out here. Now after sending it, we have to quit the server. Now I'm printing the stuff like an email with subject was sent successfully, SUCCESS, successfully, right? This is what my program is. Now if I'll just run this program or code, we have to wait for a message, email with the subject was sent successfully. Now let me check again. Okay, all right, this is the subject of email. As you can see, subject is not being specified here, and this is what the whole story about sending email. So this is very simple. If you are not able to understand my words or any issue is there, you can go through my blog, which is available here, and yes, everything is being written out here. So This is the complete tutorial, right? Don't forget to change these lines if you want to copy this code. At line number 5 with your email, what is it? Okay, and this is what the whole code. At line number 5 you have to provide your email address. Line number 6, receiver's email address, as I have specified. This is mine, this is the recipient's email address. Now line number 12th, where is 12th? This is 12th. This has a subject variable which contains the subject. Now we have line number 13, your message, whatsoever message it is, you can put the message here. Again, I'm telling you, I will post a second part of this video that will contain a proper formatted email messages which you guys can send to your whatever required task. Line number 13 with your message, this is the message. 18th, your password, this is what my password is, because this line is used to log in your Gmail account, right? So make it in a proper manner so that you could avoid issues and bottlenecks of this. So I will leaving this to send email with an attachment for my second video, right? I'm just closing this video out here. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is not for the whole world, this is for my student who just missed the class with me due to my problem, right? Thank you and happy and safe Diwali.